What's going on, everyone? It's time for another action James Bond film review. Today we're going to do the 21st James Bond film, Casino Royale. Now, I didn't do the 20th one, Die Another Day, because I reviewed that a while back. It's actually in the playlist here on my channel if you want to check out and hear my opinions on that. You could go watch that there. Let's continue on with Casino Royale. Produced by MGM, or United Artists, and November 17th, 2006. It was directed by Martin Campbell, who did The Mask of Zorro and The Legend of Zorro. He also did Dirty Angels, and probably one of my favorite James Bond films, Goldeneye. He also did The Foreigner and a whole pile of other good movies. So this had a budget of $150 million and it made over $616.6 million worldwide when it was released. So, Casino Royale. Well, James Bond is now played by Daniel Craig, a blonde guy. So a lot of people were very skeptical of this when it came out. But yeah, so James Bond, this is sort of like a prequel almost. He's enlisted by the MI6 to go, and he starts doing his spy work and stuff as at Agent M, sort of helps him get into this high-stakes poker game run by an evil, ruthless leader who basically tries to manipulate people and tries to take their funds and stuff. And basically, he has to go in and attack this terrorist organization dude and try to beat him in a high stakes poker game of wits. And basically, he goes on quite the adventure doing this. This is by far one of the best James Bond films, I think. It's very well written. The characters are so rich in this, and you just feel like you feel the disdain and how much you really don't want the bad guy to go. You really feel for the characters in this. Daniel Craig's James Bond is really good at it. You can tell he's sort of feeling out the role and stuff still, but I still think he actually has a lot of good attributes, and just the way he plays James Bond is way different than the other people who've played him, and it's done in such a serious tone. The opening parkour action scene is so well staged, and it sets the tone for the film really well, especially the first half. The first half is pretty action packed. You got the really amazingly shot action scene at the airport, where that was just gripping through the whole 10-minute sequence and stuff, and it was so well done. I actually really enjoyed that. I think the action in this film is staged really well. The cinematography is really good, the music's really good as well, and the effects and everything look amazing in this. They did a really good job at looking at it. They did some really good twists and turns where you thought James Bond might die and stuff like that, and it does, and they do it at the perfect moment. And overall, I thought this film was really good. I really enjoyed it. I wish they kind of made the final showdown with the bad guys a little more interesting and stuff. I thought they kind of just quickly wrapped things up, and it didn't really go too far. But for the most part, I did think this film was really well done. So also, I wish they kind of had some gadgets in this one. There was no gadgets at all in this one. And the Bond girls also were really well done, really gorgeous, really well acted, and overall, I just really enjoyed this movie. So I'm gonna give Casino Royale a 4.5 out of 5. It was really good, and I'm almost near the end of the whole James Bond franchise. So yeah. Hopefully they stay like this. I know the next one's a little iffy, but it's been a while since I watched any of them, so yeah, it would be cool to see where it goes from here. So yeah, Casino Royale, really good movie. So yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. I'm not sure where it's streaming or anything, so I'll at least link the trailer down below so you check that out down there. Also, link down below is my Instagram. That's where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually put the film title in there and some fun fact or history thing in there as well. Also, my Letterbox down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films. And my Twitch is down below at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms, stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share it with some more people who are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have if you have any films or film franchise in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment with those down below too. I'm trying my best to get to them as soon as I can and if I can find them. Also, let me know what your favorite James Bond film is down below. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully we can find something weird, obscure, and all day. Probably never thought checking out together, and also share my opinions on popular films that have come out, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell, because obviously we're going to do the 22nd James Bond film in the next review, Quantum of Solace. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those crazy dictators and terrorist leaders trying to gamble people's lives with poker. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.